Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kid Lee, and this is the TOR report for the week of January 18th, 2014. I will be calling this episode the 2.6 edition, as I'm going to show you guys some stuff in-game this week. So I'll be using a slightly different format compared to what I normally use. Now, let me explain why I'm doing this. Well, first of all, there's not really any big news this week. But as I mentioned in last week's episode, throughout the week, I was going to put out some videos showing you guys some stuff. So Monday, Tuesday, my plan was I was going to put out the Kuat Drive Yard Flashpoint video, which I did. And if you guys haven't seen it, go ahead and check it out, and I'll put a link down below this video. So I got that video out. Then I was going to do a video showing Galactic Starfighter bomber gameplay. And I was going to show a few other things. Well, I ran into the issue of, on the test server, I could not get enough people on the test server to actually do a Galactic Starfighter match. So I've been trying to do that all week, and so I can't show any bomber gameplay. So what I decided to do was basically this. I'm going to take this week's edition of the TOR report and just show some 2.6 stuff. So the first thing I'm going to show you is a new area on the fleet that is known as the Starfighter launch deck. So if I actually turn my camera here, take a look at this. This is the new room. Now, unfortunately, I will not be able to show you the Republic version because I don't currently have access to it. So as I go through this, you'll just have to keep a mental note of, you know, wherever they have, you know, Imperial decor or Imperial stuff. If you just sort of mentally replace it with Republic stuff, it's going to be pretty much the same. So there you go on that. So what I'm going to do for this is I'm actually going to stop commentating, and I'm going to go ahead and crank up the music and all the ambient sounds just so you guys can get a real feel for this room. And then once I get done, I'll come back and I'll show you some other stuff. So here we go. So there we go. That is the Starfighter launch deck. Now there is one vendor in here, so we'll run over here and check her out real quick.
Care to take a look at our ordnance?
And she has a paint job for the bomber. We'll click on that real quick. And there is that paint job. It looks like some highlighting on the wings and such. And then there is one set of armor in here. I'll go ahead and slap that on so we can take a look at it here. We'll zoom right in here. Very bounty hunter-like or trooper-like armor. And go ahead and do a couple of side views on it. One shot of the back. Got a little missile attachment over here on the side. We'll get one shot of that here real quick. There you go. Get the side arm rockets going.
For the Empire.
But yep, there you go. So there is that area of the zone. And you will access the new Flashpoint from this area. And here's the new Flashpoint here. And there is a little starting quest in this area to get that Flashpoint going. So let's go ahead and switch on over to the new stuff for Galactic Starfighter. So I'll bring up the hangar. And the first thing you'll notice is a new icon all the way up here in the upper right, and it says Battle Record. So if we click on this, this is actually going to display all of your stats for Galactic Starfighter, and it actually breaks down by class ship and individual ships if you were to actually have them. And as I kind of scroll down the list here, you can see that there's a pretty good number of stats that it'll keep for you. And this does include a little hyperlink. So if I wanted to actually open up chat here, you can actually sort of post your records to chat. So if I actually click on this, you can see here it goes to chat in green. And if I were to hit enter and then post it to everyone, if you click on it, it would then give your stats, and it says, you know, your player name and so forth. So that's a neat little feature. So since I can't show you the actual bombers in action, we'll have to just go ahead and go for some pictures here. So again, I am on the Imperial side. So let's take a look at the new bombers. We have got the BD4 Legion, which is this guy right here. We have got the GX1 Onslaught, which is this one, sort of the more neutral type ship. And finally, we have the M7 Razorwire, which is this little guy. Not too bad. So let me go ahead and switch over to Republic and show you their new ships. Over here, we have got the Rampart Mark IV. Now, it seems to me that these Republic bombers are so much bigger. I mean, it could be just, I don't know, a visual thing, but they just seem so much bigger than the Imperial ones. So, we then have the GX Fire Hauler. And again, this is pretty much the opposite of what I just said. This one's actually, you know, fairly small. And then we have got the War Carrier. So, not a bad looking ship at all. But that, ladies and gentlemen, will go ahead and do it for this week's episode of the TOR Report. Now, before I leave, I actually have a question for you guys. Back in early 2013, I did all brand new Datacron guides that are on my channel. So the question I have for you guys is, in the last 6 months, have you guys noticed any changes in the Datacrons? Because I'm trying to determine whether or not I need to do even more updated ones for 2014, or, you know, if there's been any changes. I can tell you that my 2013 ones I did had the most recent changes. Like, they fixed the Indiana Jones one, as I call it, on Belsavis, I believe it is. So my guide has got the fix for that, or I guess I should say the updated version of that one. There was one on Corellia that was completely redone from scratch, so I've got that one. But basically, I'm just asking is, in about the last 6 months, have you guys noticed any changes? So if you could let me know by leaving a comment below, that would be great. But yep, that'll go ahead and do it for this week's episode of the TOR Report. So everybody keep playing and have fun.